Channel 9 News. Where cringe is real. But in today's news, we're actually going to be talking about how World War II actually impacted the world. So, our first story off today, we're going to be dealing with Jason. Is actually, what's his name? Jason? Todd? Anyways, whatever his name is, he's going to be covering first. So we're going to be sending it down to you.
Excuse me, but my name's Chad. I got my name legally changed. You should know this. I've been working here for a year and a half. Okay? It's a little pay. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about World War II. During World War II, the world started to change immediately, right when it started. An example of this is America, because they were in economic crisis until the bombings on Pearl Harbor, causing them to enter the war, ending their Great Depression in America, for Americans had a new purpose and prosperity started to rain down. Also during the Great War, technological advancements made leaps and bounds across the world. Some of the advancements that were made were on planes and weapons. This betterment of things like military weapons caused mass killings around the globe. Along with this, the dropping of the atom bomb caused nuclear war, which still affects us today. Not saying that we had nuclear war, but the threat is very big still, and the next war that happens, it is very likely that we will experience nuclear war and possibly the end of the world. Another thing that happened during World War II that affected the world was, while men were away at war, women took up jobs all across the world. This eventually led to women's empowerment. Mass destruction across the globe was prevalent. Hiroshima and Nagasaki leveled. Germany, Korea, Vietnam divided. World War II also brought one of the worst mass genocides we'd ever seen, the Holocaust. At the end of the war, debt was everywhere. Germany was billions of dollars in debt. Europe had fallen to its knees. This made way for the new beginnings of time. We're recording.
Thank you, Jason. Joseph, or whatever your name is. Next on the scene, we have John, I think his name is. Yeah. He's gonna be talking about how World War II actually affects specifically America. So, down to you, Timothy.
Well, first of all, my name's Craig, and I'm here to do my stuff. World War II began for Americans when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. The entrance into the war allowed for the unemployed rate decreased greatly. The car company Ford was the main source of vehicle production for Americans in World War II. During the World War II, Europe ultimately lost a lot more money than the United States. Since they lost more money, America was able to make advancements that led the U.S. to become a world power. To add to the American success, when the end of the war came, the American population boomed. This boom in population due to the return of male soldiers result in increase in consumer demand and result in even more economic growth. Now that America was a world power, they were a threat to the other world powers. Russia. This dispute led to the Cold War. The Cold War came with fear, inflation, and death. World War II impacted the world on so many different levels, all of which are connected. Get your burble house.
We're live. 2 more minutes, bro. We're live right now.
Wait, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay, hold on. Thank you. What was that dude's name? He was like, wasn't he like an intern or something? Anyways, next we're gonna go down to how do you pronounce this dude's name? Whatever. We're gonna go down to him. He's gonna be talking about how World War II affected our lives personally. Down to you.
His name's Gerardo.
Today I'm gonna be talking about how World War II affected my life personally. For starters, I would say the whole event of World War II is affecting me today because we're currently learning about it in our history classes. We're still learning about the Holocaust. We're still learning about Adolf Hitler.
Aquí me pueden ayudar porque yo no trabajo aquí.
Inventions during World War II is affecting us to this day. The flu shot, penicillin, and the nuclear bomb. Like, the atom bomb is a big thing because now we're thinking like our next war is gonna lead to us using nuclear weapons, which would be really bad.
We're recording. This is like the 3rd time now.
Bro, I'm bored. There's nothing to do. Oh, we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh. Anyways, that would be it for today's news. And before we leave, I actually would like to say a couple things. Starting off with all of this, everything that affected America, that affected the world, that affected our lives, is kind of all connected because it just comes back in a huge circle. Meaning, on one hand, a lot of bad things happened that made us change our ways. The Pearl Harbor incident, the way that Japanese were treated, the way that African Americans were treated during this time period, the way that procedures are done. A lot of things came out of this. Fun fact, actually, NBA was created. So, since we're on the topic of World War II, since the NBA was created right after World War II, this is going to be me showing how it affected my life. Delete that video. That's great. But, yeah, that's it for tonight's news. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye. Also subscribe to my channel.